My name is Tate Mason, Director of the World Center for Birds of Prey, which is the headquarters of the Peregrine Fund here in Boise, Idaho. And I'm in one of my favorite places on planet Earth, the Archives of Falconry, which is just across the parking lot from the Interpretive Center at the World Center for Birds of Prey. Now, I've been guiding tours of the Archives of Falconry for almost a decade, and it's really one of my favorite places to come and to open up people's eyes to the rich history of falconry, and in particular, the rich history of falconers in conservation. When I first came to the archives, I looked up on the wall and I saw these Andrew Ellis paintings, and I thought they were photographs. And as I looked a little bit closer, I realized that they are actually just images into another world that is made through the artwork. And so the first one I want to point out is this gyrfalcon. There's such a clarity to the front parts of the image, like the eye and even the feathers down here on the ice. And there's feathers in the feet of the bird, and you could tell that the bird has just eaten a meal. But then the background is blurred, and I think that's what gives that focus and that clarity to the image. And I'm a raptor biologist. I've studied birds all over the world. I've spent time with gyrfalcons in Alaska, and this painting takes me to that place. And that's what I love about artwork, is that it transports you in emotions and in experience, and it recalls experiences you've had in your life. So to have a painting do that, to me, that just really touches me. Now the other one here is another gyr that's going after northern pintail. And pintail is they're a duck that is found in North America and in Europe. Andrew Ellis, from my understanding, is from England, and so the pintails are there, and there is such a movement to this painting. You could tell the absolute aerial prowess of the gyrfalcon. And as it's flying in, I like the way that the outsides of the wings have this, the outsides of the feathers have this blur to it, this motion, but it still maintains the clarity on the face, and in particular on the eye of the falcon. And you can almost see the world reflected in the eye of the falcon as the falcon is taking in everything around it and zeroing in on its prey. It's another painting that takes you to the experience of seeing falcons stooping and pursuing their quarry in the wild. And honestly, that's where I like to be. I like to be out in nature. I like to be out experiencing birds of prey. So connecting people with artwork is one of my favorite things to do at the Archives of Falconry. People come to learn about raptors at the World Center for Birds of Prey and at the Archives of Falconry. And they might have some history and science, but most people don't. But a lot of people connect with art. And wherever they are coming from is where we like to meet them and then bring them up to their next level of understanding in raptor conservation, or even just about birds that are in their yards, for example. Because for me, it's all about creating a connection with nature. And if people have a stronger connection with nature, then the conservation of nature, the conservation of birds of prey, becomes a much easier task. I want to invite everybody to come to the World Center for Birds of Prey. There's just so much going on in conservation and in the preservation of history. You can see raptors from around the world at the Interpretive Center at the World Center for Birds of Prey, and see the amazing collections of artifacts, art, and history at the Archives of Falconry.